Look, boys, we've gone back to school. Would be a bit weird if 4 old men rocked up here, but of course I've been transported back to a 10-year-old. Remember to hit the like and subscribe button too, everyone, and join our channel as a member if you want early access to videos. I also named a couple of our Pokémon after suggestions from 2 of our channel members.
Yeah, keep posting name suggestions for us until the whole team has been nicknamed. We will take name suggestions from normal viewers as well, but members get priority. All that aside, Bush, you made it to the school, but this is actually the biggest city in Paldea as well. The school just so happens to be here.
And we're already encountering drama, and we've only been here for like 10 seconds. So Bush, like the 3 of us, you're also going to have to deal with evil teams, and this particular one happens to be the worst to exist yet. Team Skull used to have that honor, but I think Team Star takes the biscuit for me.
Hey, you forgot about Team Yell too, Donald. Those guys were just as pointless, if not even more so, than Team Star here. Although both teams have no motive or real agenda, so they're both just generally terrible.
Right, so Articuno has 2 moves so far, Bush. Icy Wind and Powder Snow. I can't be giving you moves like Ice Beam or Sheer Cold right off the bat. Also remember that legendaries take much longer to train up compared to normal Pokemon, which is a sort of nerf to them because they're already so strong.
That's his first battle against them done and dusted, though. See, Bush, they're not that bad, so don't get scared or nervous if you're feeling that way. There will be much tougher battles coming up, though. And the Elite Four in this game can be difficult at times too, but we're far off that for the time being.
I was just minding my own business here, and now Nemona is blaming me for starting a battle with these fools. I was even protecting that poor, ugly, short-haired tomboy there too. I did the right thing as a citizen of the Paldea region, and this is the treatment I get.
I can't believe you think she's ugly. I think that small glasses girl is kind of cute and sweet, to be honest. But that's just me, I guess. Each to their own.
That is absolutely just you, Joe, and we want nothing to do with such weird thoughts. Then again, I'm not surprised you'd think that way. You did the same thing in Alola when Obama went to school.
Hang on, Donnie. Bush is getting his first experience of terastallizing. This is the newest gimmick in the Pokemon series, and it basically changes your Pokemon's type and adds a fancy crystal crown to the top of their heads for some reason. Either way, Mega Evolution is still the best, and we personally find this pointless.
No, I've grown up a bit since we were last in Paldea, and I don't mind this now. It has its uses, but I wish you just didn't have to go back to a Pokemon Center after every use. With Mega Evolution, you never needed to do that. So I don't know why they made that a thing in this game.
So I can only use it once, and then have to basically heal up each time I want to use it? That seems all right. But if Obama says it's pointless, then I probably won't use it unless I really need it. Maybe it could be used strategically, though, when I can't counter a certain type.
I can't remember if it also changes the type of the move or just the Pokemon, but yeah, you could use it like that if you get yourself in a pickle bush. Anyway, you saved the cute glasses girl, and now we have to head to class.
Your sense of urgency to head to a classroom is both disturbing and intriguing to me, Joe. What exactly do you expect to happen in there? Throughout the whole game, we're in here for like 10 minutes and then basically never come back unless you want to be a nerd and read all the pointless books in here.
Hey, I think what Nemona just said was a slight throwback to Black and White, where we battled in our bedroom and destroyed the place. So they have outright banned battling inside buildings. Makes sense though. I mean, imagine letting of Roar of Time or Judgment in here.
If those 2 moves were used at all, Obama, there wouldn't be a planet left, let alone this school building. But I actually have a question for the viewers, so I want you all to go comment what your favorite thing and the worst thing about Scarlet and Violet is.
Looks like we're back in the robot classroom where everyone's legs move like they're made out of sticks or something. For me, Joe, the worst thing about this game is shit like this. A game from 2022 and they can't even animate anything right.
This is quite scary, to be honest, for me to look at. It's like everyone in here is just staring into my soul with their demonic eyes. And now I have to stand up in front of them all and introduce myself before they fetch my soul and send it to the afterlife or something.
You're also getting interrogated in front of the whole class too. I hate confrontations like this, so I'm glad it's you and not me, Bush. After this, we can explore the school a bit, though, or you can piss Donald off and spend the rest of this video going to the library and staring at books.
What we have to do right now is find Nimona, so no time for exploring. The only rooms we can go into anyway is the classroom, the director's office, and the cantina. The one main thing I don't like about this game is you can't explore more buildings like the older ones.
Yeah, that's a bummer too. A menu pops up once you've entered some of the buildings instead of them designing an interior, which would have been nice, but I guess they focused more on developing the outside area since it's open world now.
By the way, Namoa mentioned that lady just now was the champion, or did I hear that wrong? You said she was Gita in the last episode, Donald, but you said she's a joke of a champion too. What's so bad about her exactly?
You will find out yourself soon enough, I'm sure, Bush. I won't spoil anything for you right now. You won't be battling her for a very long time anyway, so forget her and move on with whatever Nimona has you doing. I don't like her very much either, by the way.
She's hooked us up with the Victory Road Path. This means all the gyms are available for us right now, Bush, and you can actually choose to go to any one you like. Personally, I'd stick with the ones in the south of Paldea first and then work your way up. The northern gyms are much more difficult, I believe.
Hey, how comes all the people in here have properly functioning legs, but everyone in that classroom were moving like literal bots? Either way, our boy Arvin is here and has a mission for you as well, Bush. There are some very special Pokémon dotted around the region, all of whom came from the crater, and we have to go battle them.
Oh, I remember this part of the game. You have to go make those sandwiches or something which helps to restore Miraidon's powers. I might go and do all of them first, since it'll make navigating the region a whole lot faster, especially when it can climb up those cliff faces.
Those sandwiches are made using herb mystica thingies. If I only had access to that, then my Sleepy Joe days would be done for. I wouldn't kept falling down the stairs to Air Force One either.
Oh my God, there's so much talking going on here. Arvin won't shut the hell up, so let's go see what the director wants, Bush. He actually has someone very special to introduce us to. There is some secrets about the fellow as well, which I really want to tell you, but I probably shouldn't.
What, Donald? The fact that this guy isn't even real or whatever his story was. He's like the most boring person in this game regarding the characters other than maybe Gita.
Who the hell are you both talking about exactly?
This bozo on the TV screen, Bush. He's the professor of this region, although Obama and his big mouth basically outed what his actual deal is in the game. He didn't reveal as much as I thought he was gonna, though.
That's because I can barely remember anything about him and only remembered he existed as soon as we entered this room. We don't even see him again for ages anyway, and he doesn't provide anything useful to the story until basically the end game.
Obama, man, you really got to keep your mouth shut and stop spoiling shit constantly. Also, I'd like to say part 1 of this series should already be out if anyone missed it. We saw all your comments for nicknames for our team, and we shall be naming them with the news ones in part 3, so stay tuned for that, or...
Yeah, well, it's not like it's a spoiler for the viewers. By the way, the first video had great reception, so let's try keep that momentum up, everyone. Now that the professor has gone, we can finally carry on with our meaningless lives and start the adventure.
Not appreciating the negativity around here, Barry. This game is already so fun, and I can't wait to battle my first gym leader. I think I'll head east out of this city into the desert route first. By the way, I also saw lots of comments from viewers suggesting ways we can make this harder, and we had some good ones.
Yeah, essentially no switching or healing popped up the most. Also keeping the Pokémon a few levels below the gym leaders as well, which all sound like solid ideas, and were ones we were thinking of too.
I'd like to discuss the dorm room situation here, boys, because this has to be the worst one I've ever stayed in. They should have allowed us to customize it at least, and put up posters and statues around. I'm sure Joe would fill the room up with every youngster Joey statue he could get his hands on, and Donald would fill it with a bunch of Arceus plushies.
I'd fill it with Cynthia posters, but that's just me. Now I've had my beauty sleep, though we can get on our way and officially start our adventure. I am so excited for this one. We can even let our Pokémon walk around with us, so having these legends by my side will make me feel even more like a trainer.
Okay, so the director, who's also totally not that shady guy who wants Team Star gone, is giving the final announcement before we head off. There seems to be a lot of younger children here too, which is odd because they're supposed to be 10 when they're allowed to leave.
Once again, Joe is talking about the little ones. I will swiftly change the topic before this gets out of hand. Joe, go eat your damn ice cream and take your nappy poo before I smack you one, bro. The president is basically giving you the rundown on your task, Bush, which involves going around and learning more about yourself pretty much.
Unlike these peasants, though, we have an actual goal to strive towards. We're going to be saving the world, becoming a champion, and eating a ton of sandwiches. If that's not important, then I don't know what will be.
Yeah, things are kicking off now. His speech was obnoxiously long and I did almost fall asleep to it actually, Donald. So there. Also, this Pokemon is the one Nimona kept comparing Miraidon to. Silazar or something is its name and they do look very similar.
We're free to do pretty much whatever we want now, though. You said you wanted to head east bush, but usually I go west. That's just me, however you do you. There is actually a giant crab if you go east, which could be the first trial we can deal with.
Yeah, let's go beat a giant crab Obama. That sounds super fun. My team will probably struggle a lot in the beginning anyway, which I kind of want. Worst case, I could always ask Donald to talk to his buddies and reduce the level of our Pokemon if they get too strong. If you get my drift. Donnie wink wink.
That was some aggressive winking, Bush. I got what you meant, dude. You didn't need to fap your eyelids out, thanks very much. Anyway, Arvin and Nimona are together again. They're arguing about what challenge we'll spend our time with the most.
They both need to calm down because I'm doing all of them anyway. So impatient, seriously. And now I'm getting a phone call from this weirdo again. Cassiopeia, or whatever her name is, hacked my Rotom device and is now spam calling me. Maybe this is a cat call?
For your sake, I hope it's not Bush. She just wants you to take on Team Star, though. Their bases are dotted all around Paldea, so you can do them if you like. May as well for the experience, but they're not too difficult to be honest. Especially with your current team.
When I played this game, I ended up doing them last. Or if I came across a base whilst exploring the world, I'd spend time taking them on, but they're not really important to me, to be honest. The main thing is becoming champion and taking on all the Titans.
Yeah, no one cares about Team Star except maybe one person who's really going to tell us how they feel now in the comments, LMAO. Either way, Bush, you can also ride on the back of Miraidon now as well, which makes traveling faster, although he is nerfed a lot at the moment.
I thought we could eventually fly with him, but apparently that never is an option, which is a bit weird because in the intro, we see him leaving the crater place and flying around all over Paldea. Why would they take away that power but give it to Braviary and Legends Arceus?
Forget Legends Arceus. They let us fly on the back of Latios in Hoenn, in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, remember? That was a really fun feature. Sometimes Pokemon reminds me of Animal Crossing in that they add cool features in one game and then remove them in the next for no apparent reason whatsoever.
I'd like to remind everyone to hit the like and sub button once more. This video will be out early for members, so consider joining if you want early access, guys. You can see Bush's shenanigans first and leave comments and tips for us before anyone else.
This whole city can be a pain to navigate, so you're doing quite well, bro. And in part 3, you can expect our team to be fully nicknamed, so cross your fingers and your toes, and maybe we will pick your name for one of our 3 Pokemon left.
Crossing your toes does nothing, Donald. You gotta cross your legs and arms too for maximum luck effects. I'm being serious too, try it. But don't hurt yourself, kids.
Right, and if Obama has finished chatting nonsense, we will see you all in part 3, guys. This episode has set us up for our new adventure, and I guess we'll be taking on the crab right off the bat. So stay tuned for that. Big rhymes occurring too.
Donnie dropping some mad bars before the video ends? Wow, Jizzy Joe will not be happy about that.